What is the story behind the name?
Basically, I think Jeff's parents went to high school with this guy named Billy Rayfield who got severely chapped lips in the winter. And I think his nickname was Split Lip Rayfield. And for some reason that stuck with him over the years, and when it came time to name this weird band, that's what came out, and it just stuck.
What are your influences as a band?
Well, it's a pretty broad spectrum. Listening to everything from country to jazz to metal and the different subgenres of metal, like black metal, death metal. I just saw a documentary on metal. But everybody listens to a lot of different stuff. Jeff listens to mostly terrible music, but with in a broad range of terrible music.
What do you qualify terrible music?
What's that?
You just have to hear some of his terrible music.
Is it like
The Molly Crew side or the Garth Brooks side?
Oh no, it's like the trucking tape side.
It's like music that everyone else has forsaken already, pretty much.
Wow.
Digs it up and finds it.
How do you guys keep pushing yourselves after so many studio albums to go to the next level as a band?
We really don't. We just have kind of let it happen, and it's been a great big happy accident the whole time, and it just kind of naturally happens. We stop doing it for a while, and then everyone starts to miss it, and we start making phone calls and book a show, and we don't really hardly rehearse anymore or anything. We have a lot of geography between us, so we don't all live in the same town even, and so I don't know. It's just a crazy thing that happens.
So you guys are not all from Wichita?
Right. Well, actually, everyone but me. I live in Lawrence, which is about 2.5 hours north of there.
So they blame you off?
Yeah. Exactly. The black sheep.
Well, you know, every family has to have
Right.
it, so feel blessed.
Exactly.
What got you guys into bluegrass music? Or was it growing up in Kansas? Or?
Oh, I don't know, there's this Walnut Valley Festival in Winfield, which is actually where I met Eric. And we used to be in a variety of different bands, but all of those bands would show up to this festival and play music all weekend. And so it kind of, that connection, the acoustic, you know, not jam music, but campfire jamming kind of brought the whole crew together in some way.
Yeah. I think we all listened to like AM country and lots of country growing up, and then like when we, at least for me, and I think this is true of other people, when we got a little older, started getting into rock and totally forsaking that, and then you know, it was like when I was in my 20s before I started, late 20s before I really started screwing with much of this stuff, and just kind of came back to it. I would have, you know, when I was 18 years old and they would have said, one day you're going to be the bluegrass banjo player in this band, I would have shot myself in the face.
Wow. That's
quite likely.
You had that intense feelings?
Yeah, I hated country music for a while, or thought I did.
Me too. I told my mother, I'll never play country music right before I ran away.
Wow.
It's like, I'll never play it.
Well, so how did you guys find your instruments then?
Well, I play mandolin by default, and Eric also plays banjo by default. Just
we're both guitar players, really. They got sucked into the sidebar instruments.
Do you like them now, or?
Yeah, I'm at peace with it.
Yeah, it's fine. I think our biggest musical connection is just making music, and that we sing well together.
Yeah.
The banjo and mandolin were just default instruments that, you know, those particular frequencies in the acoustic music needed to be covered. So
we're touring around in Wayne's other band, and Jeff had brought that bass along, and we started busking, doing, you know, I think we were in New York,
New York deal, and
threw out
the New Jersey
a handful of songs
shows.
in Manhattan, and it was like we were aliens, and we kind of got onto the idea that people thought it was really weird.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't seem that weird to me at first, but the bass draws people in, and then I think the quality of things seals the deal.
Well, where did you get the twinge of punk? Everybody seems to add that little...
15 years ago, I was playing in incredibly hard rock bands, you know, guitar shredding and screaming and crying with some blood. So I guess it probably comes from there. But Eric is also a hard rocking guitar player. So, you know, if you look through our album collections, you'd see, you know, everything from the Dead Kennedys to Frank Zappa, Django Reinhardt, and
Broadway show tunes.
Whatever.
How does it feel to be uncategorizable as a band? I know a lot of people put you in bluegrass.
Satisfying.
It's satisfying.
Sure.
Finally.
Because I hate being categorized. It's like, you know, in anything. Like, he's a tall guy, or he's a short guy, or they're a punk band, or
They're the band with the giant wieners. Whatever.
So,
I think that would be pretty memorable. What do you wish people would ask you in interviews?
do you want another piece of pizza?
I don't have pizza to give you, but
So that's what I'd like. Like, you're just talking. I think interviews are kind of
forced.
rugged sometimes. Sure, they're uncomfortable. If you just get into a conversation, I think that's the easiest way to do it. And then in a conversation, they would say, "Would you like another piece of pizza?" And
Would you like to try some of this hash?
Sure.
Something like that.
Yeah, more free form. Where do you see Split Lip going next, or just continuing on?
Well, we have some issues we're dealing with at the moment. Just kind of taking each show by show. We're on a show by show basis right at the moment, not planning too much.
Yeah.
We've never been big planners in the first place.
We'll just see what happens.
Is there anything you've learned that you would pass on to beginning bands or starting out?
Yeah, don't sign with an indie label right off the bat if that's what they want you to do. Make your own CDs and get out and play shows and try to, you know.
Indie labels are like loan sharks.
Yeah.
Wow.
They just want you to go out and they make your
They're all like
CD
loan sharks.
and loan you money, but really what you're doing is you have to go out there and peddle the CDs basically door to door to sell any anyway. And so then you just buy the CDs from them for an exorbitant rate where you could get them for like, you can get CDs for like $2 a pop and make them yourself. Just, you know, book your own damn life.